Good day, everyone. We are now in chapter number 2, Geometry and Measurement. For lesson number 1 for chapter number 2, we have here the standard units of measurement. Units of measure that have been officially adopted as measurement standard. Okay, so a unit measurement is the definite size of physical quantity. The standard unit is adopted by convention or by law to enables the precision and the fairness in areas such as the trade, the science, technology, and the manufacturing. So there are two main groups of standardized units. We have here the metric system and the US customary measures. But actually, we uh, we we only consider or use the metric system. We have also here the term metrology. It means that it is the science of measurement. So different systems of units used to be very common. Now, the international system of units, the modern form of metric system, is accepted global standard. Okay. Here, I will be presenting to you the metric standard units of measurements. We have here the length, the area, the mass, the volume, and the temperature. So those are the standard units that we will be using for our next activity for our calculations. Let's move to lesson number 2, the linear measurement. From the word linear or line. So it is being used when you measure things in a straight line using tools such as a ruler, yardstick, or a tape measure. So there are type of linear measurement. First, we have here distance. So linear measurement is being used in measuring a distance. Let's say for instance, from here, from a certain place to another. Okay? So dili pod pwede og maghiwi-hiwi og measure, no. Second one, we have here width. Okay? Let's say for instance, you are going to measure the width of a table, no? Okay, so that is line or linear. Next, height. Okay, so what tools that we will be using in measuring a height? Yes, a tape measure. No, so it can be. No, so dili pod pwede nga maghiwi-hiwi no mag measure og height. Another, we have here thickness. Okay. So in measuring a thickness, let's say for instance, the thickness of a book. Ruler can be used as our tools in measuring the thickness, no? Pwede. Another, depth. No, so in measuring a depth, unsa kalaw mon, dili pod pwede nga ihiwi nimo unsa man nimo pagkabalo kung ihiwi nimo pag measure, no? So dapat pina-straight gyud na siya. Another, we have here the perimeter, and last one we have the circumference. For this subject, let's only focuses on the perimeter and the circumference. Okay, so in the next slide, we have here the definition of a perimeter. It is the distance around a two-dimensional shapes. Okay, so all you have to do is to measure the distance of a two-dimensional shape. That is already our perimeter. Okay, so there are formulas that I will be presenting. First, we have here the triangle. Okay, all you have to do is to add all the sides given on a certain triangle, and that is already the perimeter of a triangle. Next, rectangle. As presented on the first video, rectangle or the opposite side of a rectangle are equal. Okay, so we have here the formula. We'll just simply add the two sides, the length and the width, multiply it by 2, And that is already our perimeter of a rectangle. Next, square. We already know that square has 4 equal sides. So therefore, to find the perimeter, we will just simply multiply it by 4 ang given nga side. So we have here 4 times A. That is the perimeter of a square. Next, quadrilateral. Okay. I have already presented to you in the previous video about quadrilaterals. When you say quadrilaterals, it is a polygon or two-dimensional shapes having 4 sides. Okay. So in finding the perimeter of a quadrilateral, all you have to do is to add all the given sides. So we have that A plus B plus C and plus D. Another circle or the perimeter of a circle is called as the circumference. Okay, so circumference is equal to 2 pi r. To those who forgot or wala nakabalo sa value sa pi, the value is 3.1416 and so on and so forth. But actually, we'll use the 2 decimal places and that is 3.14. Or you can have another formula that is pi d, where d is equal to the diameter. Okay. Next, we have here the area. It is the size of a surface. I will be presenting to you the area of plane shapes. First, we have here triangle. So the formula in finding the triangle is 1/2 times the base. The base here is at the bottom and the height here nga ang pasabot is this one. Another rectangle. Okay. Most likely, ang ginagamit nga variable or letters is length times width. Or but actually, parihara na sila. So you have here, length times width or width times height. That is the formula in finding the area of the rectangle. Another, trapezoid. In finding the area of the trapezoid, we will first add the two base, the bottom here, the B, the bottom base, and the upper base, which is A. Multiplied by height and multiplied it by 1/2, and that is already the area of a trapezoid. Another, square. The area of square is just the square of the side. So I have here A squared. Another, for parallelogram, very easy. All you have to do is to multiply the 2. We have here the base multiplied by height. That is already our area of a parallelogram. And last one, we have here circle. The area of a circle is pi multiplied by r squared. Okay. If the given is diameter, all you have to do is to divide first the diameter by 2 since radius is just half of the diameter. Okay. Next, let's move to lesson 3, Pythagorean Theorem. I know that you have already heard what is Pythagorean Theorem, but I don't know if it's useful to you. Okay? So Pythagorean Theorem was introduced or discovered by Pythagoras. Okay. Pythagorean Theorem is very useful in finding the side of a right angled triangle. Okay. Pythagorean theorem states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of squares of the other two sides. If we're going to have an illustration, ingon ani iyahang noun. Okay, so C serves as our hypotenuse, and the other side here is the A and B. And if we are going to transform it or write it mathematically, Pythagorean theorem states that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, let's have an example. Example number 1, solve this triangle. Given here is side A is 9 cm, 15 cm is the hypotenuse, and the unknown side here is the B. Okay, by simply using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find the measurement of the side B. We have that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Okay, substitute the value of A is 9, B is remain ra kay unknown man, C is 15. Okay, 9 squared, that is 9 times 9, so 81. 15 times 5, 15 squared, that is 15 times 15, that is 225. Now, so we have that. 81 plus B squared is equal to 225. Okay. By simply adding both sides by negative 81, we can find now the B, or the side B. So we have that. We will add negative 81 from both sides. So that means cancel na ni kay 81 minus 81 is 0. So ang mabilin dire sa left-hand side of the equation would be B squared is equal to 144, since 225 minus 81 is 144. Dayon, by simply multiply the both sides by 1/2 or by square root, the equation will be like this. Cancel out ang 2, and that is B is equal now to square root of 144. And lastly, the square root of 144 is 12 by simply using your calculators. Therefore, the measurement of the side B of this triangle is 12 centimeter. If you are going to check if our answer is correct, all you have to do is to substitute all the given values and make sure that the sum of the two sides are equal. Okay, so 81 plus 12 squared, that is 144, that is 225, is equal to 225. Therefore, our answer is correct. Okay, so let's have another example, and I want you to try answering. Okay, what is the diagonal distance across a square of size 1? Try to look at the figure below and solve. By simply using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, try to solve. I give you 1 minute to answer. Okay, what is your answer? The diagonal distance across of a square of size 1 is? Okay, the answer is 1.4142. Okay, thank you so much. Another, solve this triangle below. Okay, we have that. I'll give you another 1 minute to answer. Again, by simply using the formula a squared plus b squared plus c squared. All right, what is your answer? The hypotenuse, or the side C, is equal to? That is correct. No, so the answer is 13. So here's the solution. We have that. Side C is equal to 13. Okay, thank you so much. Next, let's move to lesson 4, measures of surface area and volume. But for now, let's discuss the measures of surface area. Volume will follow on the next video. Let's start with the lateral surface area. It is finding the area of the sides of a three-dimensional geometric figure. So the formulas for lateral surface are based on the base of the figure and whether the figure is a prism, cone, or a pyramid. The lateral surface area is equal to the perimeter of a base multiplied by the height. So I have here the lateral surface area formulas of the 6 objects that presented on the screen. Okay, cylinder, the lateral surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi RH, or that is equal to pi dH. Any of the two will come up the same answer. For the sphere, the lateral surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. For the cone, pi r s. The s here is the slant height, no? So this one. Next, we have here rectangular box, 2h times L plus the W. And last one, we have the cube. The LSA of the cube is equal to 6a squared. Okay. So I will just clarify what is lateral surface area means. So if we're going to focus on a can, when you say lateral surface, those area or surface that is physically makita nato sa atong eyes. So I have here the base, the upper base, and the lower base. We have that. Next, we have here the shaded blue part. That is the front part nga atong makita sa isa ka can. Okay, so that is the lateral surface. So I have here an example. Find the LSA of the given figure below. So that this is a cube. So the given side is 15 centimeter. By simply using the formula, substitute, we have here 15 cm. So 15 squared, that is 15 times 15. 225 multiplied by 6, and the lateral surface area of a cube is equal to 1,350 square centimeter. Okay, next. We have here example number 2. Find the LSA of a cone given below. Okay, mauni akong giingon nga S is the slant height of a cone. Okay, use the formula. Pi RS. Pi is 3.14. Our R is 3.5. S is 8M. Multiply the 3 and we will find already the area or the lateral surface area of a cone, which is 87.92 centimeter squared. Okay, I hope it's clear. Let's move to the surface area. When we say surface area, it is the sum of all the areas of all the shapes that cover the surface of an object. Okay, I will be presenting to you the surface area formulas. Let's start with a cube. Okay, the formula in the lateral and surface area is the same as the formula here sa cube. There is a surface area. So we have 6a squared. Another surface area of rectangular prism is equal to 2AB plus 2BC plus 2AC. Another surface area of a cylinder is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r multiplied by the height. And last one, we have here the surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. Okay, so let's have example. Okay, na so same ra na sila on the lateral surface sa cube. Okay, cube only. Let's move to another example. We have here rectangular prism. Okay, so by simply using the formula, we have that 2AB plus 2BC 2AC We have here 2 multiplied by 3, which is our A, multiplied by 4 plus 2 times 4 times 10 plus 2 times 3 times 10. That is the area of a rectangular surface area of a rectangular prism, which is 164 squared inches or inches squared. Okay. But I will be present to you the manual calculation in finding the surface area, which you can actually appreciate what is surface area is. Okay, so let's start with this one. Okay, we all know that the formula in finding the rectangle is length times width. Let's focus only on the bottom part sa rectangle. We have that, the length times width. So we have here 10 times 3 inches, that is 30 inches. Okay. Since the upper and the lower part of a rectangular prism is equal, so we just simply multiply it by 2, which is equal to 60 inches squared. We all know that there are 6 faces, no? There are 6 faces of a rectangular prism. Next, dito sa front area of a rectangular prism. Okay. And the front and the back part of a rectangular prism are equal. Therefore, pwede ta makabuhat aning equation. The length is the 10 inches. Multiply it by 4 as our height or width. We have here 40 inches. Since equal raman ang atubangan og likod, so that is equal to 80 inches. And last, is the side nga face, no, the two sides nga nabilin. And we have here 3 inches by 4. And that is equal to 12 inches squared. Okay, this is 3 inches by 4. Okay, since duha man ka side, multiply it by 2. I mean, duha ka face, multiply it by 2. So I have here 24 inches. If we are going to add all the areas nga atong nakuha, the result still 164 inches squared. So that is meant by surface area. We just simply add all the area or the surface area of a certain prism or object. I hope it's clear to you. Okay? If you have questions, just comment down below or send a private message. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something today. Thank you. God bless and keep safe, everyone.